Hi, gang sports fans. Devin Heroux for CBC Sports and Colleen Jones. Clearly, we're not in Brantford.
God, we're not. It's too snowy. We're close. We're close. Too snowy. But look, we could set up a game right here. Look at the slide.
Wow.
Wrong leg.
There's nothing like a freshly pebbled street and sheet. And it's a sheet show out here right now.
But we are doing the curling show. That curling show tonight. From our hotel room.
Yeah, we're not hitting the roads. The road's not safe to head to Brantford. We'll be there tomorrow if everything clears up, as it should, Paul.
Lisa Wiggle and John Epping on the show.
Colleen's going to practice her slide here. Cole, what do you think takeout weight would be here?
Crazy heavy. You have to throw a Jason Dunlixon hard. Okay, it's worse than I thought.
It's worse. Colleen thought she was tough from Nova Scotia. I'm from Saskatchewan. Anyway, we're not hitting the highway. We're here tonight. We'll do it in the hotel. And we'll set up
7:30 Eastern.
the Mixed Doubles Super Series, the Epic Ale Players Championship. You literally are going to want to buckle up, stay warm, stay safe.
Curling now enters the Sports Weekend spotlight.
And we weren't kidding. We are literally in the hotel room, Cole.
Nice to see you. We're never face to face, so this is awesome. Last time we've done the show together in the same room.
Right.
Was
Saskatoon, and we'll get to that because it was at the Granite Curling Club. But hello again, curling
Hi.
fans. We are hunkered down. Behind the scenes, we've got all the angles covered in our hotel room.
I know. This is what it's come to. We're like, remember when Kirk Myers the other day was saying, this is where we live,
right
inside our hotel room. Now we're inside our hotel
This
room.
is as real as it gets, and it's wonderful to be joining you. Of course, the Mixed Doubles Super Series, the Epic Ale Players Championship, taking place in Brantford. There's already been a draw. We're going to get there eventually, Cole.
Take a look at the who's who.
The who's who. Take a look at that list. 16 teams, Cole.
No kidding. And they're playing a triple knockout format, which I
like that?
I love a triple knockout because it puts the pressure on every single game, so there's meaning. So we've got Dodds and Mowat, of course.
And they already have a win, a 4:00 draw to get things started, winning handily earlier today.
Yeah, Jones and Lang. Look at Brad Jacobs with another partner.
I know.
Yeah.
And they ended up losing actually earlier today. And of course, there is
Colby and Lil, you reminded me.
From Estonia.
Yes.
And they made it all the way to a semifinal earlier this year.
I like go Estonia. Anybody that's got the word stone in their name, I think they should, in curlers. Anyhow, we have to get right to our first.
Well, we do because there's a draw at 8 p.m. tonight.
And not just because he's like the sponsor of the event.
The sponsor of the event.
I have bugged Lisa Wiggle are you able to come on the show? No, we're practicing them. No,
and they are practicing, and there they are. Guys, want to come join our hotel slumber party?
That's what we're having. You guys probably drove down.
We've been sitting in our hotel rooms all day. We're ready to curl.
Nice. Okay, Lisa, finally we got you on the show. Hello.
Hello. You make me sound like a diva. It's just we've always been playing.
I know.
When you're filming. So
I know. Okay,
we're about to play.
Talking about always playing, and that would be the person beside you, John Epping. Is this really your 10th in a row weekend of being on the road? I mean, you must be sick of the hotel room. Look, you're probably getting PTSD looking at us sitting in it.
Yeah, exactly. Happy to be out here right now. But yeah, this is 10 in a row between mixed doubles. And men's. I just alternate weekends. So it's been a wild ride, but a fun one too.
Okay.
Might as well curl while I can.
No kidding. You guys have been terrific in the mixed doubles series, but haven't cashed in on the number one thing. So tell us about how you approach this weekend, and is that just a testament to the quality and caliber of play?
Yeah, we've had really consistent results, making the playoffs in every event we've played in, either quarters or semis, and just haven't gone all the way yet. So hoping to have a good result here, but as you see, lots of really good teams. A triple knockout, which is different for this event. So we're looking forward to getting started and getting on the ice together.
And literally, you guys are going to be on the ice in minutes. So thank you for doing this. Great to see you, Lisa and John. We've been talking, Colleen and I, in this exact hotel room, a lot about the mixed double super series and what it has meant to the curlers, having a place to go, a bit of a tour for you guys this year. What are you hearing from the curlers about what this has meant, the super series, a place to go for the mixed doubles players in Canada?
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement around it, and Lisa and I really wanted to commit to the 5 events in the series. If you look at it, Canada, I think was behind when it came to mixed doubles, and what a great opportunity for us to go and have all the best teams in Canada and now internationally come to these events. And we've had great representative, from Switzerland and Scotland, Estonia, like you mentioned. So it's good for us to keep getting better and playing these teams.
How good is this call that we're talking to them?
And they've got to go practice. And I get super nervous.
Everybody's getting ready, yeah.
Are you getting called to practice right now?
In about 2 minutes, we're going to have to try and go get the hammer, but that's okay.
Hey, who are you
hold
playing?
it for you.
Hey, does hammer even matter in the first end of mixed dubs, or is it just a matter of Lisa locking on that first shot?
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah, getting draw weight and our first game on a new rink and figuring out our rocks, so all those things. So everyone's starting to slide behind us. We'll get it figured out in a couple of minutes.
Okay, go. Okay, go. Just go. So nice of you. Just go have one of those epic ales after the game. It's like
It's good. It's great aiming fluid. Great aiming fluid.
Right.
Nice.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. We will be there.
Yeah, depending on, we don't like to drive if there's this much snow down. Okay, we just don't. We just no, we're just gonna stay here. Anyhow.
Good luck tonight, guys. Awesome to see you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Get
Awesome.
out there.
Thanks so much. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
John Epping, Lisa Wiggle. They've been knocking on the door all the time. And actually, John's having a great season. He won Stu Sells in Halifax. It was really nice to watch them play.
Yeah.
And then he won up in Quebec as well. And
Yeah.
it looks so strong. You know what I do in my spare time? I watch curling. Just on
So do I.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, well, you always are.
Colleen and I call each other
Over games.
every single morning and during games.
Can
and
you
we
believe
talk
that
about it.
happened?
Let us know if you do the same, curling fans, because I've always heard, Call, when we go on the road, that people will literally call their friends when the game is on.
Right.
And what would you do here?
Yeah.
What would you?
I've never heard that, but it does happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm usually watching with other people going, I wouldn't play this.
I've never lost a game from the media
It's
bench.
such a good place, isn't it? Now, our next
Yeah.
segment is
Yes.
about we ask people for their memories, because coming up, we're going to talk about Granite Curling Club, an epic historical place in Saskatoon.
Yeah. Closing its doors after 93 years, where I won my 2 high school city championships. And last night I tweeted it out, I'm worried about grassroots curling. I'm worried about the status of our local clubs.
Well, and if you look at where we are, where are we anyhow? We're in Mississauga, just outside of Toronto, where they've also seen a lot of curling clubs.
West End Toronto, they've been working for years to try and build a club. People just can't curl. People just can't get on ice surfaces right now.
Because real estate, the problem is that the value of real estate.
And you have golf courses with curling clubs, and they don't particularly want to do the upkeep for curling. It's a mess.
We
right
asked
now.
for your memories, though, and
Yeah.
we really enjoy it. We're going to show you some of them because it was lovely to see them. And I know for Devin and I, we
Look at
feel
this.
safe. Oh, that is amazing.
My first year curling. This is our team. I had just learned a learn to curling course at a Pembina Curling Club in Winnipeg. I learned so much from my skip, more like coach that year. Forever grateful to Harry on my right for all
Nice.
his help.
It's so nice to see this. And then Heather,
Yeah.
she joined a work league in Ottawa. And
In 91.
love it. And she wound up marrying the guy she met there. She doesn't say his name, but she's in love with him. So
28 years in
Later.
August. Love in the
Love.
rings.
a lot
no
of
doubt.
curlers meet at a lot of married couples.
How about this, Carrie Burtnick? There's an awesome photo. Getting to curl with the great Carrie Burtnick in the Arthritis Society Celebrity Bonspiel. Pretty special weekend.
No kidding. Hashtag curling royalty. No
Yeah.
kidding.
Awesome.
And then here again at the Fort Rouge in Winnipeg. Boy, they've got a few championship banners in that club. They're hogging
What
them,
a
really.
place. And look, can we just marvel
At the architecture.
At the architecture
love that
of these
too.
clubs.
Yeah.
They are chapels to me. They are churches on the landscape.
You know, you talk about that, but so many people have said to me that curling clubs are the heartbeat of a community.
Yes.
It used to be churches long ago that
Yes.
you'd go and meet people, but now it's of course, curling clubs. The
Okay,
Rutherford rink.
Let me talk about Rutherford,
Yeah.
because when I was at the University of Saskatchewan, I used to park illegally and I'd run into Rutherford rink and throw rocks, and the ice was slanted. We all knew
Wow.
it. The rocks would fall off to the corners, and you had to ride that 4-foot line the whole way down. And
Yeah.
you know,
I want to know what a homemade taco in a bag is.
oh, you've never had that?
No.
With
Tacos
a
are-
Dorito bag, and you cut it open and you put the burger in there and you shake it up.
No. Oh my God.
Maybe it's a
That sounds
Saskatchewan
like,
thing.
it sounds like Trailer Park Boys.
I mean, it's Saskatchewan.
I guess so.
It's what we do. I love this.
This is
Kevin
beautiful.
Jesus, my good friend, he says, not a memory, rather a thank you. The Granite Curling Club in Edmonton, not only our curling club, but it's our second home. They have a Pride League, an LGBTQ curling league. They're packed, a safe space, an inclusive space. Awesome.
Well, I think everybody feels that way about a curling club too. That it's a second home.
Right. Oh, how about this?
love
The corn
this.
brooms.
Vintage. That's got to be 60s or 70s.
Or 1983-ish.
Or 80s. I thought we were out of corn brooms by then, but maybe no. I think I still was using a corn broom in
but C Event made it into the local paper. That is a spectacular photo.
I love it. I love it. And it just shows what these photos that you sent us show was the meaning of what curling clubs have for you. And it's good.
The old Oilers jersey there. My mom would take my brother and I out on the ice before and after every junior league for some coaching.
Oh.
She once told me if I ever need a friend to find a curling club, she was right. That makes me emotional.
Well, don't get emotional
I
here. But people have told that to me when they've moved to the city.
Yeah.
They say they had to move from Toronto to Halifax, and they said, no, we weren't worried because we knew we'd find friends.
That's
as soon
it.
as we joined the
Built-in
curling club.
friendship in a curling club, no doubt.
Yeah. Grampy.
And people grow up in curling rinks, don't they, Call? This is spectacular. Thanks to Devin for this photo. I don't remember it, but this is a photo of my grandpa taking me out onto the ice. The rocks probably, Wayne, absolutely Wayne more than him at that time.
No kidding.
So special.
Because that's
and recreating it with his 1-year-old daughter,
nice.
right?
Nice. But all of this to say that the news about the Granite Curling Club kind of rocked a lot of people. But it was having Sherry Anderson on the show last week.
Yeah.
Because there she was vying, and she won her 5th.
A 5th. Saskatchewan!
But what was interesting was when she talked about the kids who came to the rink to watch them play in Yarmouth. And to each of them, she was asking, do you play? And none of them did. But just a reminder of what Sherry said. And it just speaks to grassroots curling.
Absolutely.
But I don't think there's too much wrong with the game right now, other than the fact that we need competitors. We need people out playing the game, learning the game. The kids, they had some school kids down to the arena yesterday, and I asked over the boards how many of them curled, and there was very few. There was maybe a handful of kids that had ever tried the sport. I mean, they're living in a community where there's a beautiful curling rink. They should have all said, yeah, we've been down to the rink and we've tried it, or dad's tried it, or, my grandpa used to curl. But no, there was nothing. And that is disappointing to me, because we need those young kids learning the game coming up. And so we will have curling rinks in another 20 years, or else the sport's going to die.
And you might think Yarmouth is an outlier, but
not the case.
It is a canary in a coal mine.
No kidding.
But
and here's Steve. And Steve, wonderful to see you. Here Colleen and I together again. And the last time we were together on this show was at the Granite Curling Club, and you were.
It sure was.
And I'm devastated. I'm heartbroken. I know so many people in Saskatoon are. 93 years of memories inside the Granite Curling Club. What happened?
You know what? It stings. Just even hear you say that again, it stings. It hurts a little bit. Sherry touched on it there. I think that next generation of curlers, we've missed the boat or dropped the ball a little bit on that, and it's our opportunity now to start to get those curlers, try to get them interested in the sport and fall in love with it the way the rest of us have.
But when you lose a facility in the heart of Saskatoon like the Granite, does that make it tougher to attract new kids, where there'd be a fairly decent population? Once you lose one club that doesn't come back, how hard is that? Especially in a curling rich, I can't think of a richer curling province than Saskatchewan and Saskatoon.
No, you're right. Like, let's be real here. Like, that's not the story we want to tell, that a rink's closing, but hey, come give this sport a try.
Right.
Like, the Granite has had such a rich history, and the number of junior high school, elementary schools, learn to curl programs, those kids, it was a tremendous amount that that would go through those doors every year. Now they have to find a new place to play, and fortunately there are other clubs in Saskatoon. So some of them have found new homes, new places to play, new friends, but unfortunately not everybody. You're going to have people that are going to, all of a sudden now they're going to try to find something else to do.
Mm-hmm. Colleen and I were having a conversation about this all afternoon today, and we were talking about these aging infrastructures and probably, Steve, when you crunch the numbers on an aging facility, you think about renovations. Do you think about a complete rebuild? Curlers and curling people will always try and find a way. And so I wonder if those conversations would happen, if there's anything people can do, and maybe moving forward, what we can do in our communities to help support these curling clubs.
You're right. I think getting involved, finding out, volunteering has started to struggle a little bit. It's funny, if there's a Brier or a year ago, the trials, there's not a hard, there's not a big effort to get a full slate of volunteers for the larger events. But at the club level, the volunteer clubs have thrived and built themselves on the backs of volunteers. And whether that's, sort of a dying way, or something that's sort of been overlooked or taken for granted over the years. But when you don't have those people coming in and helping out with volunteering their time to help be with the kids on the ice, teach them curling, help run a bonspiel, a learn to curl, making people feel welcome in the facility, it does take its toll.
And I was reading in one of the Saskatchewan newspapers from one of the Wilson brothers from Rick Folk's team, where he spoke about the role COVID-19 played when curling clubs weren't able to stay open.
Yeah.
Is that a factor here at all, or is it simply the infrastructure of the pipes in the floor were going, and maybe the plant too?
You know what? I think the best way to put it was the problem was starting to come down the pipe. Aging infrastructure is what it is, and you do your repairs as they'd come about. I'd say COVID wasn't. I wouldn't call it the cause, but I definitely say it accelerated things. It really, you lose an entire season or over an entire season, you lose that income. Therefore, you don't have those funds coming in. You can't do some of the repairs. Like, the repairs end up coming up whether you're ready or not. But if the income's not there, then you start to fall behind. So it definitely accelerated this.
Well,
this
and I know
concern.
Mayflower Curling Club is closing the doors by 2025 of the club that I grew up in, but they're building a new one, sort of in an area that's still Halifax, but outside the peninsula where it is right now. And they talked about the fact that the infrastructure's going, these clubs are getting old, but how much of this is a cross Canada problem? Like, it's a Granite today, and Mayflower has found a solution to build, but is it sort of a sign of something bigger in curling?
I would say that it is. Like, you've got so many different scenarios. I think the clubs that are experiencing this the most are the older clubs that are standalone facilities. You're not seeing anything that's new that's being built is typically tied in with some other form of recreation, or like we see successful operations, where curling clubs tied with a hockey rink. So they're sharing the ice making, like the ice plant. We've got examples in Humboldt where there's also a pool inside that facility. Like the idea of having a recreation center that has a curling club as a component of it takes those stresses off. Like these standalone buildings, and these ones like the Granite, 92 years that building, like the Granite's been there. You've got that building was never designed to be operational 12 months out of the year, to host weddings and all these other things that clubs have to get creative with to help keep the cash flow coming. So, now that everybody's trying to retrofit and try to figure out what can we do? How can we get creative? Because we're at a point now, especially after COVID, that 6 or 7 months worth of income coming into a club is not going to support 12 months worth of bills.
Yeah. Taxes still need to get paid. Roofs need to be redone, and on and on.
Steve, before we let you go, I can close my eyes and I can see myself walking into the doors of the Granite Curling Club, and I can smell the wonton soup, which was the best in Saskatoon.
Yeah.
I can picture the memories of the 2 high school city championships I won there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to get emotional, but what stands out to you as a great memory at the Granite Curling Club?
You know what? I've been asked this a few times over these last few days. It's the people. It's the people that you see. It's like, yeah, for sure. The wonton, yeah. But it's the people. It's the smiles. It's, seeing the kids come in, like elementary school kids come in, and the smiles on their face, and they come in not knowing what they're necessarily getting into, and they walk out a fan of the sport. And if that doesn't warm your heart every day, I don't know what else would.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, so sorry to hear about it. And I know there's a lot of other clubs that have met similar demises. But I just am curious, just overall the landscape of clubs relying strictly on memberships when things go south.
Yeah,
But
get to those curling
expensive.
clubs, because literally the life of the curling club is at stake. So, Steve, appreciate you. Tough news. Grateful for you coming on.
Thanks for having me. Great to see you guys again.
Take care.
Those Canadian juniors were so good. And you're right about the wonton soup.
Yeah, it was just such a special place. And, you and I know the magic of the curling community. We get to experience it often. We get the notes. We hear from fans. Somebody else is getting a taste of the curling world.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, this is exciting. We're going to bring him onto the show. Many people across this country, around the world, know him as Brittle Star. I don't know if many people would know his first name. We figured it out. Stuart Reynolds joins us now in the house, a house party on a Thursday night. Stuart, Brittle Star, wonderful to see you. You heard what curling means. You've been hearing what curling means to Canadians. What comes up for you in the roaring game? Wonderful to see you.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And, this immersion into curling culture, even just watching you guys talking right now, I'm pretty scared. I'm pretty terrified. I'm not going to lie. But I think that was really demonstrated recently at this whole curling thing started for us when we made some stickers. And for our Peace Love Canada, actually, I should do this just before anyone complains. Hang on.
See, Oh.
Yes.
Wow. We could have used that as we were building our hotel
We
set.
needed a prop.
You guys did a great job on the set, by the way.
Your set's amazing. What are those
thank you.
behind you, by the way? Vintage?
Those are guitars, Colleen.
Yeah. Vintage or anything? Or
well, they're vintage in that I owned them when I was younger, so yes.
Okay, they're very old. I mean, he's got to be at least
easy. This is exactly the kind of welcome I expected from the curling community. I would be attacked as soon as I came in. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Rocks. Throwing
okay.
rocks.
Exactly. So we made these stickers and they were like Peace Love Canada with stuff and like hockey and books and coffee and stuff like that. And then we were excited about it. We took that to the people and the people immediately shouted us down with, "Where's the curling stickers? Where's the curling stickers?"
Right.
And I have to tell you that I wasn't aware that curling was such a huge community of people that are, I'm not gonna lie, a little crazy, and they're maybe not in crazy. They're passionate. That's a better word for it.
Or
but
crazy.
We're happy to oblige. We put out a little video stating how I've been, receiving all these messages, and we ended up selling out. So now we just have people
Wow.
saying, "Where are the curling stickers?" Now, same question.
Right.
Full circle moment.
How
Exactly.
surprised were you that you would sell out?
Shocked. I was absolutely shocked. Like I said, it was this idea that curling is such a massively passionate community is just totally foreign to me. I mean, there's curling rinks here in Stratford, Ontario, where I am, and I understand people really enjoy it, and I have enjoyed watching Bonspiel myself. And every now and then, I do a video that I feel is like the real shot rock. Is that good?
Oh,
Is that-
yeah, that's good. It's all right.
It's all right. It's or maybe it was more of a roll. I'm not reading glossary of terms here beside me.
Glossary.
You're hilarious.
Are you using AI for that, by the way, that new app that
Exactly. I'm just
Yeah.
using
I'm suspicious.
Chat GPT
But listen,
just for curling
how did you
terms.
not know? Have you been living under a rock? Pardon the pun.
You guys
Oh.
got to stop.
Oh my goodness. Well, apparently I have been. Exactly. Apparently I have been, and it's been really exciting to see how many people are into it. And I think that's just from a marketing perspective, for some reason I feel I need these people in this community to be even more pronounced, to make themselves more known. You need to really, get in people's faces. And I mean, there's a lot of hurry hard. I get a lot of that and a lot of those jokes and stuff like that. But I think you guys need to step it up a bit more and don't be proud. Be prouder. That's what I'm
we're
trying to say.
prouder. We couldn't be prouder. We're
we
prouder.
have that curling show.
Yeah.
That's how proud
Yeah,
we
we
are.
have
Well,
our
I
own
appreciate-
sweatshirts. And now I'm
Exactly.
gonna put your sticker
We're
on.
gonna get you swag. We'll trade this swag for your
Okay.
sticker.
Okay.
But listen, that's where you can
Oh,
get
there it is.
We
That's
still-
where you can get it.
We are still
Fantastic.
begging CBC to get us a new curling mug because we both broke
We
ours.
both broke our
But
curling
okay,
mugs.
other than the curling rock,
Tax
you
dollars
showed
at
us,
work. I like that. That's good.
other than the curling rock, what other stickers do you have?
Yeah.
Oh, there's lots of other stickers. There's like hockey and skiing and books.
Oh no, we don't
and
care about
cats
those
and
sports. But I mean,
dogs.
did you just make the rock? Was that it, or are there other things?
You mean like other curling stickers?
Yeah,
What's wrong with you
you
people?
told me to be proud. You told
There
me
could be a broom.
there could be a broom.
Yeah. Rings.
There could
Rings.
be rings. Yeah,
And they would
Okay.
sell out.
they would sell out.
Okay.
What's that
Okay.
bumper sticker? It's not a bumper sticker, but it could. And are these for bumper stickers or things I would put on my fridge or right here?
You could put them. You put them on your laptop. You could put them on your fridge. You could put them on your car. You can put them anything that you can stick stuff to.
Yeah, it's curlers do it between the sheets, aren't they?
Curlers do it between the
Get
sheets.
it? So
I
then you
don't
would have
know.
to
No.
draw the sheet, and then you'd have to put words.
What's a sheet?
The sheet.
Okay.
Oh, Lordy, he's really
I know.
doesn't.
You know what? So
It's
the Briar,
adorable.
hold on. The Briar is in London. The Men's
Yeah.
World Curling Championship in Ottawa.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to join Colleen and
And
I.
we'll show you what a sheet
We'll
is.
show you a sheet show.
Yeah, we will. But the sheets are what you play on. You play on a sheet of ice.
Yeah. Like the
Oh,
ropes today.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So
All
curlers
right.
got really like what would you call it? Raunchy. By
Raunchy.
saying curlers do it between the
Between the
sheets. Like they
sheets.
thought that was out there. But they fell out more.
Okay, but Brittle Star, let's just an aside of curling. You're so
Sure.
smart. You're thoughtful.
Are you sure he's smart
Yes,
and thoughtful? We've just met him.
This is the
He
ki-
didn't
well,
even know anything
We
about
want
curling.
him back
Okay.
on the show.
Is there a way for us to isolate Devin over Colleen? Just isolate the shot on Devin would be
Here we
great.
go.
I want to give you a chance to talk about the beautiful activism and the beautiful, thoughtful commentary that you do, because I know Canadians care a lot about what you have to say. And so it's wonderful to have you on the show. And I think your voice is very important in our country.
Well, that's very kind of you to say. I really appreciate that. I sort of feel like I'm lucky enough to have a bit of a platform, and I think there's lots of people who are. It's easy to get panicky, and it's easy. There's so much information and so many things to worry about. I think it's sort of if I can come out and tell people, take a breath. All right, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Let's just all work together, and it'll be fine.
That's not how we felt minutes before the show when our technology was not working. It was going. We were going. We did
Just like-
not think we were going to be okay.
We've got angles in here.
We've
We've
got
got the
angles.
overhead cam
That's a
up
distressing
here.
angle for a curling show and double entendre jokes. I don't like this.
Between the sheets.
Wow.
You're good. We literally are
Wow.
between the sheets.
Are those vintage televisions behind you, or just monitors?
There's some old. Which way am I looking here? There's an old Mac Classic 2. There's that's an old Acer. You might have heard of those.
Right. I remember the Acer.
That's my butter tart vodka there. And,
Butter-
that's no joke. It's true.
Curlers
S&G.
drink that. Curlers drink that.
Oh yes, they do. We know that as well because we've had a flurry of people looking for S&G vodka. So yes, yeah. Well, I don't because based on a definition of butter tarts are if you put sex and gold in a blender, you get a butter tart.
See, Goody explained it that. You put say that again, so I'll put it in the blender. I'm going to see.
You put
sex and gold
in a blender, you get a butter tart.
And you get a butter
Well,
tart.
you got to be careful.
Yeah, especially with curlers who do it between the sheets.
Exactly.
Anyhow.
There's too many dirty jokes with curling.
There are, but we
Yeah.
can't wait for the entire curling line of stickers.
Right.
We can't wait for that.
I think we're just
but
going to drop
also
the Canada thing.
We
We're
would
just gonna be
really
peace, love,
love
curling.
it. We're extending this invitation
Mhm.
to you. We're going to be on the road somewhere,
We don't know where.
and we would take
Yeah.
you curling.
Yeah,
and
we'll
we
show
would
you.
I'm
show
into
you the
it.
ropes.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. I want to broaden my horizons, and I want to be part of a community that doesn't want to just hurl abuse at me.
Don't throw stones at
Yeah.
glass
rocks.
houses or something.
Don't throw
Stones.
rocks at sheets
Right. Or
when you've
do
got
that.
a heavy.
Something.
When you've got a heavy.
He looked at his AI skill
When
set.
you gotta-
Yeah.
Is that
That's-
right?
It was fine. It was good.
I mean, we'll work on the usage.
Nice of you to join us.
No kidding. This is
Thanks
awesome.
so much for having me. I really appreciate it. This is very exciting. This is like I've discovered a whole new part of Canada.
World. You've discovered again. He's been hiding
It's a
under
group.
rock.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say about why we are so passionate. Is because for a long time, I think people looked at the curling community as this quirky, niche sort of group of people, and I felt it feels like people who really believed in curling
Yeah.
really
I know where
believed
you're
in
going.
curling. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Exactly. And now it's almost
And now it's such
Almost
so mainstream that we're still.
it's almost him. Don't you think? But not
We gotta
quite.
stop. We're gonna see you in London and in Ottawa
We are.
because I know
Amazing.
you're gonna join us. You'll
Can't
be
wait. Can't wait.
Where can we get the stickers once
Oh,
you
that's
get a
important.
whole?
Oh,
that.
you can find them all at peacelovecanada.ca.
Peace, Love, Canada. How did that title come about, by the way?
That started because I used to sign my tweets. I'd finish them off with the peace sign, the heart sign, and the Canada flag. It's sort of like an idea again, because one of the things Canada is really good at is like, just take a breath. It's all good. It's all
It's
good.
all good.
Peace.
Love,
Love
Canada. That was a Maple Leaf.
Canada.
I was doing. Yeah, I'm with you there.
Canada.
Grateful
That's a
for you.
Maple tree.
That's it. It's a maple tree.
Yeah.
We're gonna have you back on.
Get
at
more
a
of those
curling
stickers. People are going to want them from Christmas.
We've heard.
Hurry hard. See you later.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Have a good
Great
night.
to see you. Thank you. What a guy.
It's lovely. He's lovely. Okay, so we think we're going to head to the. We
Right.
definitely are going to get there tomorrow.
It is going to be safe tomorrow.
We think
we're
it's
going
gonna
to
be
hit the
safe.
road.
Gonna hit the road.
And it's going to be exceptional.
And it went well, not as good as this location, but we'll be on the ice. If you have any questions you want us to ask, fun questions.
Yes.
We're quirky.
We are the conduit
For you.
for you. We
So,
are here for you. We've
what-
always been here for you.
So let us know if you've got questions you want us to ask some of the curlers tomorrow. Quirky questions too.
Let's take a look at the schedule right there. Look at it. We've got it on cbcsports.ca and on GEM. You can watch it starting Saturday, all the action from Brantford, Ontario, 10 a.m. Mike Harris and Danielle Inglis with the
Nice.
call, and you and I will be
We're
there.
hanging out. We're just going to hang out.
Hang out.
That's what we're going to do. But listen, we forgot the big baby news.
Oh, the big baby news.
This is exciting.
Jocelyn and Brett are having a baby.
They're having a curler. You mean that's what
A
they're having?
curler.
They're having a little curler. Oh, that's so nice. Is that the ultrasound? Is that triplets I see in that picture?
Oh my goodness. But listen, the baby's due in
Congratulations.
June.
Nice.
Perfectly planned
Very
in the
perfect.
curling off season.
It's very
So
perfect.
congratulations to Jocelyn and Brett. So exciting. The curling family continues to grow. And there's our overhead cam.
Yeah,
It might be the last time you see Colleen.
It might.
do it.
in a hotel room.
I don't think it
Ever.
will be.
Yeah,
But
I kinda
that
like
curling
this.
show is also on every night of the Mixed Double Super Series. There
Right.
it is right there. A late night. And guess
Oh, that's
what?
past my
We are
bedtime.
on the eve of Colleen Jones'
birthday,
birthday.
and John Morris
And John Morris and
Caitlin
Caitlin
Loss.
Loss.
That's right.
Maybe,
Big night.
maybe we should all have them
Big
on for a
curling
big
day.
party. 8:30 tomorrow night. Saturday we'll be there. Sunday we'll be there. We've got you covered.
Depending
curling
on the
fans,
weather. Depending on the weather.
Between the sheets.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. And well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Well,
Are we going out for dinner?
We're going for
We're gonna
dinner.
go for dinner.
We'll see you tomorrow from Brantford.
We have to walk. It's too
at the
stormy.
curling club. It's too stormy out there.
We can't.
Stay warm, stay safe. Great to see you, curling fan.
Peace, love, Canada.
Curling now enters the Sports Weekend spotlight.
1963, when they took the Briar to Brandon.
Hi, everybody. I'm Don Whitman with Don Duguid, two-time world champion.
Reveille will take the game.
Not a question about it. Right on the nose. It never wavered.
A little bit of curling history for you.
High drama, high intensity.